The true story of Lord Frederick Lugard's colonial administration in Nigeria. Who was Lord Frederick Lugard? Lord Frederick John Dealtry Lugard, 1858 to 1945, was a British soldier and colonial administrator. He became the most influential architect of British colonial rule in Nigeria and is remembered primarily for amalgamating Nigeria in 1914. Arrival of British control before Lugard. Before Lugard's full control. A. Southern Nigeria was already under British influence through B. Trade. C. Missionaries. D. Treaties with coastal chiefs. E. In northern Nigeria was ruled by powerful Islamic emirates under the Sokoto Caliphate. F. Britain feared. G. French and German expansion. H. Loss of trade routes. 1. Islamic resistance to British authority. Lugard and the conquest of northern Nigeria, 1900 to 1906. In 1900, Lugard was appointed High Commissioner of the Protectorate of Northern Nigeria. How control was established? 1. Lugard used military force, not negotiation. 2. Major cities like Kano and Sokoto were attacked. 3. Emirs were defeated and forced to submit. 4. The Sokoto Caliphate lost political independence. This marked the end of indigenous sovereignty in northern Nigeria. Indirect rule, Lugard's core policy. Lugard introduced indirect rule, which became his most famous and controversial system. How indirect rule worked. 1. Traditional rulers, emirs, chiefs, remained in office. 2. They ruled on behalf of Britain. 3. British officers supervised them. 4. Taxes were collected for the colonial government. 5. Laws favoured British interests. Why Britain loved it. 1. Cheap to run. 2. Fewer British officials needed. 3. Reduced resistance, at first. The reality. 4. Traditional rulers lost real power. 5. Many became tools of colonial exploitation. 6. Corruption increased. 7. The system failed badly in areas without strong centralized rulers, especially in the east. Amalgamation of Nigeria, 1914. In 1914, Lugard merged 1. Northern Protectorate. 2. Southern Protectorate. 3. Colony of Lagos. Why Britain amalgamated Nigeria? Not for unity. Not for Nigerian development. But 2. 1. Use southern Nigeria's wealth to fund the poorer north. 2. Simplify administration. 3. Protect British economic interests. Nigerians were not consulted. This forced union created a country with 1. Different religions. 2. Different cultures. 3. Different political systems. 4. Unequal development. Many of Nigeria's modern problems trace back to this decision. Lugard as Governor-General, 1914 to 1919. Lugard became Nigeria's first Governor-General. His administration was characterized by 1. Strong favoritism toward northern Nigeria. 2. Limiting Western education in the north. 3. Preserving Islamic rule to prevent resistance. 4. Heavy taxation. 5. Forced labor for roads and railways. 6. Suppression of political opposition. Southern elite strongly opposed his policies. Economic exploitation. Under Lugard. 1. Nigeria was used mainly to supply raw materials. 2. Palm oil. 3. Cocoa. 4. Groundnuts. 5. Cotton. 6. Local industries were discouraged. 7. Infrastructure served export routes, not Nigerians. 8. Profits went to Britain, not local development. Resistance and repression. Several Nigerian communities resisted British rule. 9. A military force was used to crush uprisings. 10. Villages were destroyed. 11. Leaders were exiled or executed. Colonial peace was enforced by violence. Lugard's departure and legacy. Lugard left Nigeria in 1919. His legacy is deeply divisive. Supporters say: 1. He brought administrative order. 2. He unified Nigeria. Historical truth shows: 3. He imposed foreign rule. 4. He ruled for British interests. 5. He created structural inequality. 6. He laid foundations for ethnic and regional tension. The true verdict: Lord Lugard was not a savior of Nigeria. He was 1. A colonial agent. 2. A conqueror. 3. An administrator serving Britain. Nigeria was designed as a colonial project, not a nation built by consent. Understanding Lugard's rule is essential to understanding 1. Nigeria's political struggles. 2. Ethnic tensions. 3. Regional imbalance. 4. Colonial economic dependency. How Lord Lugard's policies still affect Nigeria today. Lord Lugard's colonial decisions did not end when Britain left Nigeria. Many of Nigeria's present-day problems can be traced back to his policies. 1. Forced amalgamation and national unity problems. In 1914, Lugard joined northern and southern Nigeria without consulting Nigerians. Effects today: 1. Nigeria has many ethnic groups with different cultures and religions. 2. Weak sense of national unity. 3. Ethnic and regional conflicts. 4. Political tension between North and South. White right-pointing backhand index Nigeria was formed for British convenience, not unity. 2. Regional inequality, North versus South. Lugard favored the North. 1. Limited Western education in the North. 2. Protected Islamic rule. 3. Allowed fewer schools and missionaries. Effects today: 1. Educational imbalance. 2. Economic inequality between regions. 3. Political arguments over resource control and leadership. 3. Indirect rule and weak leadership culture. Indirect rule allowed traditional rulers to govern for Britain. Effects today: 1. Abuse of power by leaders. 2. Corruption in government. 3. Weak accountability. 4. Leaders serve personal or group interests instead of the people. 4. Centralized power system. Lugard created a strong central government controlled from the top. Effects today: 1. Too much power at the federal level. 2. Estates depend heavily on federal allocations. 3. Frequent calls for restructuring and federalism. 5. Ethnic politics and power struggle. Colonial administration ruled people by tribe and region. Effects today: 1. Politics based on ethnicity and religion. 2. Us vs them mentality. 3. Elections often divided along ethnic lines. 6. Economic dependency. Lugard shaped Nigeria's economy to 1. Export raw materials. 2. Import finished goods. Effects today: 3. Dependence on oil and raw materials. 4. Weak manufacturing sector. 5. High unemployment. 6. Economic vulnerability. 7. Weak national identity. Colonial boundaries ignored historical relationships. Effects today: 1. Nigerians often identify first by 1. Ethnic group. 2. Religion. 3. Or region. 4. A national identity comes second. 8. Education imbalance. Different educational policies were applied to regions. Effects today: 1. Unequal access to education. 2. Skill gaps. 3. Ongoing struggle to equalize education nationwide. Simple conclusion for exams. Lord Lugard's policies created 1. Forced unity. 2. Unequal development. 3. Weak leadership structures. 4. Economic dependence. These issues continue to affect Nigeria's 5. Politics. 6. Economy. 7. Unity. 8. Development. One-sentence summary. Many of Nigeria's political, economic, and social problems today are rooted in the colonial policies introduced by Lord Lugard.